Welcome to 5 Minutes, your quick dive into the wide-ranging world of insurance, technology, and leadership. I'm Miguel Edwards, and I'll be your guide as we explore these topics that are transforming not just the insurance industry, but the business world at large. Along with sharing observations I've made over the span of my career in insurance, technology, and operations, I'll be chatting with some of the brightest minds in business and leadership. Whether you're a seasoned executive or a rising star, an industry expert, or just curious about how technology is revolutionizing insurance, this is your perfect spot for your weekly dose of insights. This is 5 Minutes. Sam Broomer, thank you so much for joining me here at insurtech Hartford Symposium 2025.
Happy to be here. Fabulous, good energy, good conversations. Looking forward to this one too.
How's the conference been so far?
It's been fabulous. You know, we didn't kick off till 1 o'clock today, but I was up super early, had some fabulous conversations, had a wonderful lunch across the way with some old friends.
Okay.
And a lot on tap today. So looking forward to keeping into it, getting into it some more tomorrow as well.
Awesome. So what's really fascinating, Sam, about your role and your company, NormanMax in particular, is that you guys are at the confluence, I think, of two really interesting terms that are new to insurance. When I say new, kind of relatively, we're talking about embedded and we're talking about parametric.
Wow.
Right? That's like don't you give me too much at once, right? No, and I love this. I love this, and I've been enthralled with the concept of parametric. I told you I met with Daniel Turtle,
sure,
and kind of got a great education from him on this whole piece here. But now let's talk about embedded parametric and where that opportunity is going to take us.
Yeah, I think there's amazing opportunity in parametric, and I really got to this business because I thought there was an opportunity at the intersection of availability and affordability of insurance relative to tech and climate.
Okay.
Climate being that disruptor, tech being a great enabler for where we are today, and this availability and affordability really getting to frequency and severity of weather events.
Yeah.
Economic losses are increasing, insured losses may be decreasing. Okay. So a real opportunity to look at this product in a different way. Parametric historically, when it really first got started, was like something you would find in the farming community, something that the World Bank was working on, something that the United Nations was working on in developing countries, really important work at that point in time. It's now a business really where you have sophisticated brokers, sophisticated buyers in the risk management space, buying very large limits for very, very big events. I actually think there's an amazing opportunity to take this very complex product, or what might be viewed as a complex product.
Sure.
Actually, it's quite simple the way it operates, but it's new terminology.
Right.
Hey, even the term parametric is something new.
Right.
So one of the objectives I have is to find a way to make that term a bit softer, a bit more available, a bit more adoptable, a bit more friendly. And can you imagine doing that in the insurance business? That's the objective.
I hear you. It sounds complicated and scary to someone who's not in the business, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
So I think there's something here to be done around, taking these products, these very bespoke, unique products, and turning them into features. Features you could find in every commercial property policy and homeowners policy in the country.
Yeah.
Now hold me to that. We'll see if that actually happens over time. But imagine taking a limit, a small limit, call it $5,000 or $10,000, embedding that through an enhancement endorsement into a homeowner's policy, doing it across a portfolio at a very small cost. And what does that solve for? Well, that gives the homeowner the benefit of covering their deductible.
Right.
If you're in certain parts of the country, you have a wind deductible. Everyone has a property damage or liability deductible. And those have only gone up over time.
Right.
So when I first got in this business, there were people with $500 deductibles on their homes.
Right.
That's a $5,000 deductible today.
Exactly.
Wind deductibles at 3%.
2%, 3%.
5%.
Yeah.
I was with somebody last week talking about a 7% wind deductible, which actually doesn't make you eligible for a tier 1 lender mortgage.
That's right.
Which is a real problem. So I think on the homeowner side, we can solve for the deductible problem. This does a whole bunch more, by the way. Covers things that are not covered as part of a traditional program. It is very quick and very expedient in its payment. I think it can enhance customer satisfaction, help change the tide of the conversation around my view of insurance, the country's view of insurance, which is typically a negative view.
Right.
I think this feature could be a great enhancement that enhances that customer experience for the end consumer.
Interesting.
And does so by getting these dollars in their hands very quick after a hurricane, earthquake, or flooding event.
Got it.
So that's the embedded thesis on the homeowner side.
Okay.
Solving the deductible problem, doing it at a very, very low cost, doing it in a customer journey the customer and the insurance agent or broker is used to today, and doing it across the country for those three hazards. If you look at the use case on the commercial line side, we already know kind of where it's been. The agricultural, the farming business, right? That's still some opportunity. The high-end kind of risk management business. But can you imagine doing this in the middle market business, right? So there is a real growing exposure for business interruption without physical damage.
Thank you for joining this episode of 5 Minutes. If you've enjoyed our discussion, we'd love for you to share it with anyone else you think might find it interesting. Also, please subscribe on whatever podcast platform you're listening on and hit that bell to stay on top of the game with our practical 5-minute episodes. We look forward to seeing you again next week.